What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Buffs Nation's Daily. And this is my first podcast. And, YouTube has this podcast feature now, and it's a new thing. And I figured, hey, let me just start my first podcast telling you a little bit about myself. And what motivated me is a troll comment I received today. You believe it? I just started with this page, Buff Nation's Daily, and I got my first troll comment. And for the most part, you guys have been really great. And I really appreciate you guys subscribing to the channel and commenting and stuff like that. And I'm really good by getting back to comments, let you know I read the comments, either I heart the comments or whatever. And we can have disagreements on here. I might say something that you don't like, but for the most part, everything has been respectful. You're always going to get one troll. And I said, you know what? That troll comment, inspired me to make my first podcast on this show. And this show is doing really well. I am going to go live just to tell you what my plans are for this show on Buff Nation's Daily. I do plan to go live quite a bit on this show, and hopefully we can get panels going and call-ins, and we can debate and not argue, but I call it debates, like a barbershop type of thing about Colorado football. I'm going to keep it to that, Colorado football, because when I started this channel, I said, am I going to talk about football, college football as a whole, or am I just going to keep it with Coach Prime? I'm going to keep it with Coach Prime. And I'm capturing a moment in time. It's an historic situation. He's the first HBCU coach to go to a Power 5, or PWI, as they say. He's the first one. But he's not a regular coach, though. He holds a gold jacket. When we talk about two-sport athletes, the greatest two-sport athletes of all time, what comes to mind for people my age or most people is Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson. They come to mind. And then Bo Jackson's career was cut short because of an injury on the football field. But he was a beast at baseball. I mean, there's videos of him run. It was this one video. He caught this ball, I think, in center field, and he just kind of ran up the wall a little bit. Bo Jackson was a one-of-a-kind athlete. And Deion Sanders is one of my favorite, believe it or not. Just to give you a little background about myself, because I said this is what the podcast was going to be. But I'm just kind of giving you some little bit of insight on why I started this channel. I wasn't really into college football anymore, man, prior to Deion taking over at Jackson State. I just fell out of it. I wasn't really following the national title games or anything like that. But I grew up as a Florida State fan. And a really good friend of mine, he's no longer with us. He was a huge Florida State fan. He loved Deion. And he's no longer with us. He passed away, Doug. But I often said to Doug, man, we need to start a radio show one day, just talking Florida State football and just football in general. And we never got that chance to do it. But fast forward, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a YouTube page geared towards, since he announced that he was going to Colorado, I'm going to make a page geared towards Colorado, because now I'm a Colorado fan. The reason why I'm a Colorado fan is because Deion is there. That's why. And I followed him at Jackson State. I was with Jackson State when he was there. And he got me back into football, just the excitement about the HBCUs. It's nothing more exciting even to go to a HBCU game. And just I always recommend people to get that experience, that opportunity. When I went to college, I didn't go to a HBCU, but I wanted to go to Grambling, but I didn't get a chance to. But just to go to those games, a friend of mine played at Grambling, and just to experience the bands, the sonic boom of the South, Grambling State Band, and it's just the electricity, the fanfare, the tailgating, the good food, man, even alcohol. It's just I fell in love with football again because Coach Prime was there. So I started following Jackson State. I wasn't vlogging on them. Occasionally I will vlog on Jackson State, but it's on my other channel. We'll get into that in a second. But I just like, I said, you know what? Since he's going to Colorado, I'm just going to follow it. This is a moment in time where I'm going to follow his campaign up to his, to the TCU game, his first season. And I'm just going to keep vlogging on everything Colorado. So that's why I started the channel. And I said I wanted to make a niche channel just geared towards one subject, but I'm even going to narrow it down even more and just focus on Colorado football. I'm a fan now. I'm a supporter. I'm not a fan. I don't like to say I'm a fan. I'm a supporter. But Florida State, who is my college team? Well, I grew up a Florida State fan ever since Deion Sanders was playing it. Deion Sanders, Charlie Ward, you know what I'm saying? Warwick Dunn, you know, legendary coach, late Bobby Bowden. And, you know, I've just been following him, and I just been like, I remember when Deion got drafted, he was holding his son, which is his son now that show you the behind the scenes footage. He calls him Bucky, but Deion Jr. He was at draft day. And just imagine, he's been with his dad, like, you know, throughout memorable moments in his life. He was with him on draft day. I remember because he had jury on too. He said, even my son, the whole family got jury on. He had his son there. And I remember when he got drafted, I remember all the teams he went to. My ex-girlfriend, she is a hardcore Dallas fan. So, you know, she liked Deion because he played at Dallas. I follow him at Atlanta, Dallas, when he went to Dallas, you know, when he went on to the 49ers, you know, then he played with the Redskins for a little bit, you know, Baltimore. I follow him quite a bit for his whole career, even when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame. So Deion is my guy. Neon Deion, you know, prime time. That's my guy. When so it's only right for me to follow him to Colorado. But I still have an opinion. I'm not hating on Deion. It might come off, but I'm not hating on Deion. I just call it how I see it. I made a video earlier, which inspired me to make my first podcast here. I gotta said, brother, you what do he call me? He called me Uncle Tom. And I'm like, okay, that's gonna inspire my video. I don't usually respond to troll comments. I'm very seasoned at making YouTube videos. I have another channel that I've been doing for 8 years, and that's a pretty big channel. And but I like to keep the channel separate. Now, there's some people that rock with me on my other channel. They subscribed over here, but I even told them I'm not going to tell anybody on my sports channel, Colorado channel, what other channel I have. I want to keep the two separate, but I could easily promote this channel over there, but I'm not going to do it. I just want to keep it separate and grow this channel and get an organic audience, you know what I mean, that's geared towards Colorado. And that's what I want to do over here. And so, yeah, that's what I want to do. And that Uncle Tom comment is a very, it's a bad comment. It's a bad thing to say to someone, to call someone Uncle Tom. That's that's a very disparaging comment. But I don't let the hate get to me. Just to let you guys know a little bit about me, I don't let the hate get to me. I'll never let the hate get to me. So you don't have to worry about me going back and forth and stuff like that all the time. Occasionally I will, if we're debating about something on sports, you know, this, because when we go live, it's going to be like a barbershop type of situation where we talking sports or whatever. We can have a little debate here and there. But so yeah, a little bit about me. Like I said, I was a Florida State fan. Now, who is my NFL team? All right, I know I'm going to get something for this, but the New York Jets. The New York Jets is my team. I used to be a Giants fan. You know, Dave Meggett, you know, Bill Parcells, Leonard Little, Pepper Johnson, Lawrence Taylor, Phil Simms. You know what I'm saying? Mark Bavaro, tight end. Y'all know who, some of you know who Mark Bavaro is. You know what I'm saying? Joe Morris, Leonard Little. You know what I'm saying? All those great players. That's when I was following them. You know, that's the 80s teams I'm naming right now. I've been following them that long. But then eventually I wanted to be different because all my friends was Giants fans. I became a Jets fan, they really haven't won anything. Al Toon, remember when Al Toon was on the team? So they just really haven't won anything. And yeah, we did have Darrelle Revis, but the Jets, they used to be owned by the Hess family, Leon Hess, the Hess family, Hess gas station. And it was just, I felt like that family, they just like the prestige of owning an NFL team, but they weren't really trying to win. And I feel like that's the same with this family now that owns the team. But yeah, I'm a Jets fan. So that's something about me. I am a Yankees fan. You know what I'm saying? I always wear the Yankee hats in my videos. And one thing, I don't like to hide behind a microphone all the time. Like I do audio based content as well. Like where you just hear my audio, but yeah, I like to do videos too. I mix it up. Sometimes you'll see the car vlogs, or sometimes you'll see me sitting in my desk here at home, or sometime I'll vlog from work. It just depends. I just love making content. But you'll get the car vlogs quite a bit. And I do that on my other channel as well. I do the car vlogs but yeah, I'm a Jets fan, man. I know y'all gonna lay it on me. I'm a Jets fan. And my college team, I said, what did I say? My college team, Florida State. And now, I'm rocking with Colorado. My baseball, like I said, my baseball team is the Yankees. And I like the New Jersey Devils because I'm from New Jersey. That's another thing about me. I am from New Jersey. I am from Northern Jersey. I'm from East Orange, double I, as Tretch and them used to say. I grew up not too far from where Naughty by Nature used to live, with mainly Tretch and Vinny and KG. And I didn't live too far from where Queen Latifah had the Flavor Unit building. So for those in Jersey, you know exactly where it's at. It used to be that white building, but it burned down. It's no longer there. But I used to live right there. That's where I grew up in New Jersey. And I played football for a little bit. I didn't choose really the sport route. I just chose the academics, and I went to college like that later on. And I just wasn't cut out for it. I just like watching it or whatever. And it was just something that I like to do to stay out of trouble and have something to do growing up. So I played football, and I love, like I said, I love watching football. But I got back in. But to be honest with you, I got out of watching football when prior to Deion going to Jackson State. Once he went to Jackson State, I was all in. I was like, man, I like this situation right here. I even followed it all the way to when he had to have his surgery and stuff like that. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm Jersey bred, and I'm living in Virginia now, working out here. I'm in the science field. I just can't tell you what field. I just don't want to get doxxed. You got to be careful on social media about telling people just enough to where they can dox you. But I've been in the science field for well over 20 years. And prior to that, I was in the business space. Yeah, I worked in New York for about 5 years, and then I moved to Virginia. And after I got laid off, I traveled for quite a bit, and I like to travel too. So I traveled. I had like a gap year. For a whole year, I didn't do anything but travel because I was living off the severance package and unemployment. Then I started traveling, went out of the country a little bit, and then I went out here. A friend of mine got married in Virginia, and I stayed. I got a job out here, and I stayed. But I'm an East Coast cat, and grew up in the 80s. Like I said, I remember the day Deion got drafted, man. I remember that because my dad at the time, he liked Deion. He was a Florida State guy too. And we were sitting there watching it. I'll never forget it. But I've literally followed him his whole career. Deion, now I want to move a little bit into a different direction here. I told you a little bit about me, and just to let you know my vlogging style, I talk everything Colorado. I give it to you through my own two lenses. You know, this is not going to be a channel where Colorado or Coach Prime or the other coaches can't do anything wrong, or the players. If something happens, I'm going to give my opinion about it. Now, there's certain things I'm not going to talk about, like people, families and stuff like that. That I don't talk about. Like if something going on with their families or something like that, I'm not going to vlog on that, because all videos ain't good videos. And I learned that through the years by vlogging on my other channel. Oh, by the way, this is not my first rodeo. I'm very experienced in making content. As you see, I'm very comfortable in front of the camera. I've been doing this for 8 years. My other page, I started 8 years ago. It's going on 9 years now. It's August will be 9 years since I had that other page. And I love that page. And I always wanted to start some more pages. And then I'm getting ready to start a boxing page, because that's my other sport. I never left boxing. Like, I left football. I told you I stopped watching football for a while, but I never left boxing. So I got to start a boxing page, and I got to start it like soon, because I'm going to be doing the what do you call it? I'm going to be doing the round by round of the Tank Davis and Gervonta Davis. Tank, Gervonta Davis, and Ryan Garcia. I'm going to be doing the round by round. And I got that idea from another page. The guy be doing round by rounds. And I do have a Discord, but like I said, I don't want to mix my other channel with this channel. So I would give you guys a Discord, because I think what I'm going to be doing is, on that Discord, I'm going to share the fight on the Discord. But I can't share the fight on YouTube, because it'll be a copyright violation. But I can share the fight on my Discord. So I'm thinking about having a private room on my Discord server so we can watch the fight. But the only problem is, the last time I ordered pay-per-view and tried to share the fight, the screen turned black. It's like they knew I was sharing it. So I got to figure it out. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. But if I do decide to do it, I guess I might have to let you guys know if you guys are interested. If you interested, just send me an email. If you go to my About section on here, you'll see my email. Oh, and also, let me just show you. I do have an Instagram. That's my look what came up. Coach Prime. That's my Instagram. BuffsNationDaily. You can just find my Instagram on just type in. Actually, it'll be in the description after this video is uploaded. But it's BuffsNationDaily. And I'm trying to build it up slowly, but it takes time. So that's my Instagram right there. You could send me a DM on Instagram at BuffsNationsDaily. That's BUFFS Nation NATION DAILY. BuffsNationsDaily. You can find me there. That's my logo. So you can find me on Instagram if you interested in watching the fight. All right, so what else, man? I told you guys a little bit about me. So what else is going on with Coach Prime? He's going back to the HBCUs. I see here it says that as you see, Deion Sanders headlining mega camp at HBCU. Colorado football head coach Deion Sanders is on his way back to HBCU, but only temporarily. It says Sanders is headlining a mega camp at Prairie View A&M University. I know somebody that went there. That's in Texas. Prairie View's in Texas. I believe, yeah, Prairie View. The camp is set for June 1st and will be under the tutelage of Prairie View head coach Bubba McDowell. And other Power 5 programs scheduled to attend along with Colorado football are Arizona State, as well as Georgia Tech, Alabama State, Alcorn State, and the Grambling State. Hey, Alcorn State, that's where Air McNair went, right? He went to Alcorn State. The late Air McNair, Steve Air McNair. Grambling State, Norfolk State, I'm not too far from there. are all scheduled to attend as well. Sanders appearing at Prairie View Mega Camp will be his first appearance at a HBCU since he took the Colorado job back in December. Coach Sanders, aka Coach Prime, has been hosting mega camps for the past few seasons as he was the head coach at Jackson State University. Right now he's teaming up with McDowell, who was a star defensive back in the 90s with the Houston Oilers. That is true. And because I remember him. I remember that Oilers team, Warren Moon and all of that. He spent years as an assistant before being named as head coach and following the 2011 season. Sanders, of course, who spent 2.5 years as head coach at Jackson State. That 2.5 years went by fast. He won back-to-back SWAC championships in 2021 and 2022 seasons and led the program to a Celebration Bowl in each of his full seasons. Sanders was named as head coach of Colorado football program December 3rd. Sanders took several members of his Jackson State coaching staff with him, which I love, to Colorado, including former Howard University head coach Gary Flea Harrell. So that is that. And so he's heading that camp. And hopefully some people that's attending that camp will learn from this from Coach Prime. And wherever he goes, he's a superstar because that's how he was as a player. So there's a lot of expectations surrounding Coach Prime this year, which I want to talk about now. You know, you're going to have the haters out there if he lose a game. See, I told you so. But listen, he is inheriting a team that only won one game last year. So there's a lot of things that got to take place. There's a lot of personnel that you got to acquire. The players that you have now, you still got to develop them. And like he said, find out what they're good at. He's still getting to know them. So it's a process. But can he win on day one? Yes. Against TCU, of course he can win that game. I'm not counting him out. I'm just letting you know that. He will literally go out there and figure it out. And so I'm not going to count him out. And the other coaches, and where he's actually going to play football next year. And those of you know, he played at Jackson State under Coach Prime. And on his YouTube, as you see, there's a link to his YouTube page. He had a lot of good things to say about Coach Prime in his last couple videos. So that could be an indication that he might be headed to Colorado. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but he also, on his storyline, he put Ole Miss up there on his storyline. So what is that saying? He's sharing a lot of stuff with Ole Miss. That's not Ole Miss. That's somebody he used to play with at Jackson State. But I don't know. Is that an indication that he's going to Ole Miss? I don't know. You tell me. But I would love to see. I would love to see Shane Hooks go to Colorado because he already got a relationship with Coach Prime. Coach Prime knows what he can do, and I call Hooks Mr. Red Zone. You can count on him to make a big play. And any given time in that game, he's 6'5". You can't teach height. Somebody made a comment saying, "Well, yeah, you can't teach height, but it's the technique." I had already said that, but listen, I meant what I said. You can't teach height. You can't teach height, man. Even speed, you can add to speed, but you can't teach speed either. You got to be born with it. You can teach technique though to make it a little bit faster and make you a little bit more polished. But speed is speed, and height is height. You can't, and that's what I wanted to say there. And he's 6'5". He's a big quarterback. I mean, wide receiver. Excuse me, Shane Hooks. I would love to see him come to Boulder, but we'll see. I know there's a lot of talk that he might be going to Ole Miss. And from my understanding, Ole Miss, that is Lane Kiffin. Yeah, Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is the coach there at Ole Miss. So I thought so. I thought it was Lane Kiffin. So we'll see. Maybe he offered him, gave him an opportunity he can't refuse. Even if he go to Ole Miss, I wouldn't be mad at that. But that's Shane Hooks. I don't have anything else, man. I already told you guys a little bit about me. I just wanted to say that was inspired by a hateful comment I received. And the person said, oh, we have a look at this Uncle Tom. Oh, this old Uncle Tom guy. I don't know, but it's because of the way I talk. You know, I don't sound a certain way for you. Or it might have been something that I said to really get under this person's skin. And you don't really hear me cursing on these videos, so I don't know how. But you're always gonna have. I gotta focus on the positive, not the negativity. I have to do that. And I do know that, like, from my other page. But that's it, guys. That's my first podcast. It'll be out soon. It'll be out maybe tomorrow. I usually schedule my videos, but maybe tomorrow. But I will say to you, I'm super consistent. This is something that I love to do. I love making content, and so you're gonna get a lot of content from me. I can't wait to vlog before and after the game, because it's gonna be on ESPN. So I'm gonna be vlogging on that, and so we're gonna figure it out. One thing I do like is the people giving us behind the scenes footage. Dion's son, and Well Off Media, and Reach the People Media, and I like what they're doing, because they give us behind the scenes footage of things that we wouldn't be able to see, and it's almost like we're there. They give us just enough. They don't give us everything, but they give us just enough. So I just wanted to say that, man. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, share, and also comment below. Hey, that's my first podcast, huh? I gotta name it podcast number 1 or something. All right, guys. Until next video. Peace.